The XRP ETF is live, but the price of XRP moved in the wrong direction, a direction that people weren't expecting. And so if you were expecting a pump on this, then you weren't alone. And so I'm going to sort of really quickly explain what's going on behind the scenes with all of this. And so why did XRP go down? Well, the broader market pulled back. And so when there's a flush out on the top coins, the altcoins aren't immune to this, even if there is good news. And so why didn't the ETF even have any impact on the price when this is sort of global, sort of more traditional finance that now has access to XRP? Well, with an ETF, you can think of it sort of like a wrapper that people buy, and the company running that, they take that money and then they fill it with assets, which is the XRP token. The thing is, right, is that they don't buy the tokens all at once. It happens through things called creation units and settlement cycles and stuff like that. And that runs through a slow and regulated process. And so basically what that translates to is that even if the ETFs have been sold, the people who are running those, they haven't actually started buying the XRP token to put in them yet. So you can think of it this way. Day one isn't going to be a pump. What day one is, it's the start of the process. It's the start of all the hedge funds and the institutional investors and sort of all that traditional money going through their due diligence and going through their processes and working at their pace, not at our pace. So in the short term, XRP is likely just to follow the broader market like everything else. But in the long term, it could be different, because the ETF now allows sort of traditional investors to be able to participate. And so that's going to be driving sort of different levels of liquidity than just us regular retail investors could do. So this is a meaningful shift for Ripple and XRP. Obviously, the adoption has to happen. People have to buy these ETFs and they have to buy the token, and whether they do buy XRP via exchanges or via over the counter or some other way, I don't actually know that. I don't know what the buying pattern is going to be like. So this is a step towards bigger players being able to sort of enter the game and diversify their portfolios to add crypto to it in a regulated way, which is obviously what they want. And that does matter, so I'm just sort of curious, what do you think about what's happened recently and sort of the moves that XRP is making? I'd really love to know. Let me know in the comments, and until next time, I'll see you in the next vid.